Hey guys, welcome back to Semper Fi Mechanic. My name's Thomas. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 issues that will kill your car. So stay tuned and we'll track down these car serial killers together because we're starting right now. Hey guys, how you doing? You feeling strong physically? You feeling strong mentally? Good. I am too. Now today's video, we're going to be talking about these issues that will straight kill your car. No doubt about it. Now, some of them will depend if you got an older or newer car. And some of these issues, doesn't matter what kind of car you got. If you get this, it's done. Your car is killed and the serial killer got away again. But right now, we're going to be talking about 5 of the serial killers that get away with it every day, over and over again. So right now on our most wanted list, number 1, let's look at it. The infamous, the rod knocker. I got nicknames for these things. These things are really serial killers when it comes to cars. So that's why we got the rod knocker. Listen, if you drive hard enough or you don't change your oil or change your fluids in a timely manner and you just drive this vehicle hard as you want and never worry about the fluids or maintenance and you just drive this bad boy, there's a good chance you might run into the infamous rod knocker in an alley somewhere. Because what'll happen is, so as you're driving down this back alley, you got your rod bolts and your bearings fighting for their freedom, back and forth. Now, what some people do is they'll run to AutoZone and buy some additives that you can put in. They're gonna try to stop this from happening. Now, they waited too long, they didn't change their oils, they didn't worry about anything, but they bought this holy water for $4.99. Put that stuff in there, you're like, okay, I fixed it. Next thing you know, your piston rod is shot right through your block. And guess what? You need a new engine. That is completely your fault. That's what you get for not changing your oil. That's what you get for letting your guard down and letting the rod knocker come up behind you, snuff out your car's life. Go ahead and put your car into the cemetery, let it rest in peace, and go out there and get you a new car. All right, guys, our next car serial killer is the bent frame butcher. These are great names, aren't they, right? But it's true. Listen. If you get in a wreck or hit something hard enough and you take it to the shop to get it fixed, they come back to you like, hey, here it is. It's going to cost $3,000. We need to fix this, this, and this. Also, your frame is bent. If you hear that and they don't total your vehicle out, you need to be very careful who's fixing this. You need to go to the top of the line guys because a lot of these shops are wish-washy, especially when it comes to a bent frame. You got to have the specialized tools to bend it back into place. And no matter what, if it's a bent frame and they don't replace it and they just fix it, that metal is compromised. So if you get in a wreck and you see bent frame, I don't even care who you take it to. Listen to me, if it's a car under $3,500, $4,500, go ahead and get you a new vehicle. I really want to say, even if it's a new vehicle and it has a bent frame, even though that it's fixed, I do not trust it. Because if something happens and you get in another wreck, it could cost you your life. And the bent frame butcher, he's taking a lot of them. We are at our 3rd serial killer for cars. This one, I come across them all the time during my mobile mechanic work. And who he is the infamous blown head gasket Grim Reaper. That's right, the Grim Reaper of head gaskets. When that gasket separates itself from the block, we're in trouble. Look, oil and water are not supposed to mix, and that's exactly what happens. Next thing you know, we get this little, what we call a milkshake. It means that the fluids have mixed together, which is bad. We have a very big problem on our hands. And head gaskets are a pain in the ass. I don't care what vehicle it is. Some of them are a little easier than others. But trust me, depending on the car you have, you come back with the diagnosis of a blown head gasket, it's time to go ahead and retire that baby because the price of fixing it might just not be worth it. It ain't the parts that you're paying for the labor. In some of these vehicles, it can be very, very pricey. Myself, I have been low as $600 for a head gasket, and I've been high as almost $2,000 for a head gasket. Do you want to pay $2,000 for a head gasket? Fix that and your car still has 170,000 miles? Or is it time to go ahead and retire that bad boy, put it to sleep, let it rest in peace, and just give that blown head gasket Grim Reaper the respect he deserves? Give him a nod and move on. And the 4th car serial killer we're talking about is the transmission locked up lunatic. I couldn't even say it with a straight face. Yes, I should have spent more time on the names, but you get what I'm saying. These things kill your cars over and over again. Just like serial killers killing people over and over again. So you get where I'm going with this. But listen, all these problems, for the most part, are avoidable. If your transmission starts slipping or your transmission locks up, guess what? A lot of times that car is done, because the cost of you getting a transmission and then paying for someone to put that in is going to be worth more than the car is. Or you get a used transmission with 100,000 miles and you get that put in. How long will that last? Or where you're getting this rebuilt transmission at, because a lot of these places, when they rebuild them, do a shit job. Now, if you're going to go buy a new transmission and have it put in, that's going to cost you a lot of money. And even after you do that, guess what? That doesn't do anything for all the miles that are on the engine. Did the transmission locked up Lunatic get you? And why did he get you? Was you slipping just like your transmission was? You was. Because if you stay up when you're changing your transmission fluid, getting your filter changed, doing preventive maintenance, doing everything you're supposed to be doing, guess what? 9 out of 10 times your transmission isn't just going to lock up. And if it does, the car is very old and you got over 200,000 miles by that point, and the car needs to be traded in and you got your money worth. If you're out here just driving every day, not giving a shit about maintenance or thinking of that, or going to see your mechanic, or always saying, I'll go next time, these little serial killers are going to come up and snuff your car's life out. Trust me, this is what I do. I see it every day. I battle these bad boys every day, and every single time it could have been avoided by doing preventive maintenance. And here it is, our 5th and final car serial killer. And these are all based off real life experiences that I deal with every day. And this one is the worst one to me. When I see this one attack, I feel bad. I send a prayer up, and that's it. It's over with. Nothing you can do. I mean, it's time to pull the plug or pull the wire. I'm talking about wires. The 5th serial killer is the wiring harness hooligan. Yeah, that's right. This hooligan. Talking about your wiring harness. And what happens there is animals. You got little varmints, little mice or rats. If you let a car sit too long, or you're not changing your air filter and doing things like that, you're going to have a mouse, you're going to have rats, you're going to have a little squirrel, you're going to have these little animals come in there, and they're going to chew the shit off these wires. That's right, they're going to chew right through them. Let me tell you, fixing a wiring harness is hard, is expensive, and I will not do it. And I know a lot of mechanics will not mess with it. You might be taking it to the dealership and paying a lot of money. If this thing gets burned up, if these wires have caught fire, and you have electrical damage, I mean, game over, bro. Just game over. I'm telling you, if that happens to you, you need to repent. That's what you need to do. That's a sign from above that you ain't living your life right if that happens, because that shit is nasty. If that happens, man, I'm done. I'm sorry. My condolences. This is a somber video, man. Really talking about serial killers here on your vehicles. I watch them go out there and take the car's life every day. And it's horrible, because guess what? You're left there with no vehicle. And 99% of the time, you could have prevented it. But no, you was lazy and didn't do what you was supposed to. And you got caught slipping. Hey, man, you got to be watching out here. It's a dangerous world. People will come after your life, and they'll come after your car's life. So you can't say I didn't give you a warning. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you'd like to send any donations to help out the channel, the more donations you send, the more videos I can put out. If you send money, then I can put more money into the truck to get us back on the road permanently. We don't need anything. You do not have to donate. Just saying, if you would like to, I'll have my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal on the screen. If you don't see it on the screen, look in the video description and just click on one of the links. But if you don't send anything, that is completely fine. I still love you. Be safe out there. Watch your back and watch your car's back. Because like we always say, Semper Fi till next time.